More tonight from a Channel 4 investigation into what is described as a confrontation between a Jacksonville police officer and a citizen over a parking space.
A 20-year-old man claims the officer who was off duty hit him with his car and pointed a gun at him in a parking lot near the Riverside Publix last month. His complaint has prompted an internal investigation by the sheriff's office. Joy is joining us now with more. Joy?
Tom, Mary, 20-year-old John Studi says he was in the middle of a family outing last month near Memorial Park when he got out of the car to hold a parking space. Just a few seconds later, he says he found himself in an altercation with a man whom he didn't even know and now can't believe was an off-duty officer. John Studi says he missed a week of work, just got off crutches a few days ago, and still feels pain in his right knee. All after he says he tried to save a parking spot for his family. He says the man he now knows as 46-year-old Corinthian Morgan, an off-duty officer, backed into the spot instead and told Studi he couldn't hold it. And Studi says that was just the beginning.
Immediately it was like, no, yelling, we're not going to have a parking spot holding. I don't think so. And I was calm. I told him, I said, sir, if you don't mind, my family's right here. I was like, we're about to pull in. And he's like, no, I don't care. I don't care about your family. There's not going to be no parking spot holding. I don't think so. Gets back in his car and like puts it in reverse. And I mean, it just guns it, hits me. And at this time, I'm like, all right, man. I was like, I slapped on his trunk. I said, you just hit me with your vehicle.
But Studi says the situation kept getting worse.
As I get the last number on the tag, you know, I notice he gets out of his car, he turns to his bag, and I mean, quick. I mean, super fast. Reaches his bag, pulls out his gun. I said, you got a gun? I said, all right, man, you got it. And he goes, get the F away from my car. I said, sir, there's no reason to act ignorant about this. And he goes, oh, you're going to call me the N-word? You're going to call me the N-word? I said, I didn't say that. You know, I'm walking back towards my family's car. He's following me, saying, say it one more time. I'll show you what a real one is. I'll show you, and just yelling.
According to records, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office sent several officers to investigate. They say Officer Morgan admitted he had a gun, but that he put it in his backpack during the confrontation and never pointed it at Studi. But Studi says one of the officers even told him the only reason Morgan wasn't arrested is because he's a police officer.
Officer even told me in my face, sir, the only reason this gentleman's not in the back of my police car right now is because he's an officer of the law. Exact words. I'm quoting what he has said. And I'm like, I asked him, I said, I'm like, is that special treatment? And then they, just kind of blew it over. And I mean, how does that work? How does somebody with a badge get over on the law?
John Studi speaking with our own Vic Michelucci. Studi's lawyer also spoke with Vic and says his client never said anything derogatory to the officer. Meanwhile, the state attorney's office says there wasn't enough physical evidence or independent witnesses to press charges against Morgan. And because JSO's internal investigation is ongoing, the department can't comment.